In this video, I will show you how we can use fractal shapes to create artwork in Photoshop. So let's get started. Hey, what's up guys, Dhruval here, and as you can see, this is the final output. Now for this tutorial, I will be actually using fractal shapes, as you can see here, that I downloaded from deviantart.com, and also this stock photo. And if you want to use all of this, the download link is in video description, so feel free to use it. Now to create this effect, let's go to the original file, and you can go to file and open any image you like. So first of all, let's select the crop tool and remove the watermark from here. Then confirm it. Now we have to remove the background. So for that, select your quick selection tool from here. I'm gonna make my brush a little bit bigger and it's on plus mode. Then go and make a selection. Now we need to remove selection from some places. So for that, select the minus option and remove it. Once you are done with selection, go and click on this layer mask option, so the background is gone. After that, go and create a new blank layer and put it under your model. Then select your paint bucket tool, right click here, paint bucket, and fill in the black color from here, total black. Now once again, go and select your model, press Ctrl T, hold your shift key and make it smaller and adjust it according to your preference. Then go and confirm it. After that, select your layer mask, right click and select refine mask. Then zoom in here. As you can see, we have some sharp edges. So for that, increase your smoothness, increase the feather a little bit more, and then increase the contrast. So we have really soft edges. Then shift edge in the negative so we can get rid of the white part. Now it looks better. Then go and hit OK. Then once again, right click on your layer mask and select refine mask. But this time you have to paint on this little parts of her dress to bring it out. So I'm gonna make my brush a little bit bigger and paint it properly. I think this looks good. Then go and hit OK. Now for this little part here, select your brush tool and make sure it is black color, and then you make your brush like really tiny and remove it. Now that's looking pretty good and we can start working on the background. So for the background, select your background layer with black color, right click, select blending option, and like every time we are going to use gradient overlay, make it radial, inverse it, and make it scale all the way 150. But instead of this white color, you have to select a black color. I mean, not completely black, but a color that is really close to black. And then you can change the tone. So I'm gonna select a bluish tone, and as you can see, it is really dark. So that is working pretty good. Then go and hit OK, 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 and your background is ready. Now we can add shape for the background. So for that, go to file, go to place, and find the shapes that you downloaded. And I think this will work really nice. So I'm gonna select this one. I'm gonna go and confirm it, then change its blending mode to screen so we can get rid of the black background. Then select your move tool and move it aside. Now we have to make it a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna press Ctrl T, hold my shift key and make it really big. I think this big looks really good. After that, right click here and select warp. And then you have to match its shape to the model. So the way her body has curvature, you're gonna try to give that same curve to your shape. So in the overall output, it will complement the image really nice. So do your best. I think that's looking pretty good. Then go and confirm it. Now we need to remove some parts. So for that, go and apply the layer mask on your shape layer. Then select your brush tool and make sure you have a really soft round brush, opacity 100%, and your color is black. Now make your brush really big, something like this, and remove it from the areas where we don't need it. Now that's looking really nice, and we can start working on the model. So for that, select a model layer, then go and create a new blank layer on top of that. Press shift backspace, and in the contents, make sure you have 50% gray, hit OK. Now go and change its blending mode to soft light, so it will be invisible. But then you have to select your dodge and burn tools from here. So first of all, I'm gonna start with the burn tool. It will make the things darker. So wherever you see dark parts, you have to paint on it. My range is shadows and exposure is somewhere around 36, but you can change it as you want. And before you start to paint, right click here and select create clipping mask. So it will only affect the model, not the background. Now start painting where you see the dark parts. As you can see, now it's looking better, and same for the highlight. So right click here and this time select dodge tool. My range is highlights and exposure. I'm gonna make it somewhere around like 20-30%. And now you have to paint where you see the highlights. Now we have to adjust the color of the model. So for that, create a new adjustment layer and select color balance. In the color balance, make sure your preserve luminosity is on. After that, turn on your clipping mask so it will only affect the model. Then go to your highlights and add in a little bit of yellow. So I think -26 looks good. Then go to your shadows and this time add in the blues. So in the blues, I think somewhere around like 13% or something looks really good. Then go and close it so you can see the difference. Now we have to add some shapes on top of the model. So for that, again go to file, go to place, and this time I'm gonna use this shape and place it. Go and confirm it, and I'm gonna go and change its blending mode to screen, as you can see here. Now we have to remove this little bit of fringing. So before that, let's make it a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna press Ctrl T, hold the shift key, and let's make it a little bit bigger. Then go and confirm it. After that, right click here and select rasterize. Then go to image, adjustment, and select levels. And here adjust your midtones. Now the fringe is gone and hit OK. Now we have to remove this unnecessary dots. So for that, select your eraser tool and make sure that the hardness here is 0%, and then simply go and erase it. Now it's looking really good and we can add in more shapes. So for that, go to file, place, and this time I'm gonna go and select this shape, place it, confirm it, and change its blending mode to screen. Now again press Ctrl T, rotate it a little bit. I'm gonna hold my shift key and make it bigger. I want this yellow part on her waist, so I'm gonna right click and select warp, and then I'm gonna change it in a way so the yellow part wraps around her waist really nice. So perfect. Now go and confirm it. Let's zoom out. Now we have to remove this unnecessary area. So I'm gonna right click on my layer and select rasterize. Then my eraser is ready and I'm gonna go and remove it. That's looking really nice. Now again go to file, place, and I'm gonna select the same shape. So go and place it. And this time I'm gonna rotate it this way and put it on her heels. Confirm it. Let's change the blending mode to screen so we can see properly. So this is here, and let's zoom in a little bit. So I want this shape to be here, so I'm gonna press Ctrl T, right click, warp, and this time I'm gonna adjust in a way so it looks like it's coming from the hill. After that, go and confirm it. Now to remove unnecessary area, right click select rasterize, eraser is ready, and just erase it. Let's make it a little bit smaller, so press Ctrl T. Then hold your Alt and Shift key, then make it smaller so it will stay in the place. So that's looking really good. Then go and confirm it. Let's add one more shape, so go to File. All the shapes are looking really good, and let's do some color correction. So for that, create new adjustment layer and select brightness and contrast. Add a little bit of brightness. I think this looks really good. Close it. Now again create new adjustment layer, and this time select vibrance. In the vibrance, make it all the way 100% and then come down. So I think somewhere around, let's say 70, looks really good. Close it. Now the skin is also very colorful, so for that select your brush tool, and since we have layer mask, you can paint with black color and remove it from the skin. Now the skin looks better. After that, go and create another adjustment layer and select curves. In the curves, go to your blue channel here and add little bit of blue. But when you do this, make sure you don't overdo it, okay? So I think this is more than enough. Then go and close it, as you can see. And the final effect is ready. I will actually go here and remove this a little bit. So let's select the eraser and remove it. It's looking distracting, nothing else. So now it's looking better. So that's it, and this is the final output. So I really hope that you guys learned something from this video, and if you did, hit that like button. And if you have any kind of questions or suggestions, feel free to ask me in comment section below. Till then, goodbye, take care, and have some fun with Photoshop.